Your paragraph 22, you don't need to go there, General. You, at the end of that paragraph, you say that paragraph 22 on page 8, you say that the rip-off is normally done at destination. Here again, corrupt officials will break the seal, open the container, and I think that's what this photograph is speaking to. Is it necessarily just the officials who can do this, or is there harbor and that arrangement about which I know nothing, such that even private individuals who are part of this plan or scheme?
Indeed, Commissioners, that's why I indicated that corruption takes place within both the public and private space. So when we refer here to officials, it does not necessarily mean that it's government officials. It can also include officials working in the harbour or at the depots where these containers get opened and unpacked in some instances or forwarded by means of road freight. So it goes for both sides.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Thank you. I'm just going to go out of sequence just to show what a seal, an intact seal, looks like so that the commissioners can see what the significance of the duplicate. If I could ask you to just go to photo 2 of the 22 June photos. That would be the seal that you're referring to.
That's correct, Commissioners.
And so that seal would be removed to gain access to the cocaine, and then the duplicate seal that's been left inside is then used to replace that. Would that duplicate seal have the same barcoding and numbering as the original seal?
Exactly the same, Commissioner. Then that's the mode for them not to be detected, because if the seal number differs, obviously when that container is opened or before it's being opened, the final destination will detect that something went wrong and that the container was opened after it left the port of origin.
Thank you. Then if we can go back to your statement, I think we're on page 10, paragraph 26.
Before you go there, sorry to keep going back, General. What became of this cocaine bust on 30 July 2021? You see, now I've become curious. I hope it didn't go missing as well.
Commissioner Khumalo, can I ask that the General explain its significance later when he gets to the 22 June?
The other
yes.
One? Okay.
Yeah. There's a reason why he's referring to it, because it's so close in time. Thank you. Proceed, General. Paragraph 26.
Thank you, Commissioners. Cocaine and heroin are smuggled into the country primarily for the local market, but is also repackaged and for onward trafficking to another country. In other words, the criminal grouping or syndicate in South Africa would assist in repackaging the drugs to make it easier for onward smuggling to another country, usually to Europe. Port authorities are particularly vigilant when vessels arrive from Port of Santos because of the prevalence of drug trafficking from that port. Successful entry into Europe is more likely if the consignment is rerouted to less suspicious countries before onward movement to Europe.
So in this instance, would South Africa be the less suspicious country, or does it go somewhere else from South Africa before it enters Europe?
Well, it depends on the route of the vessel, Commissioners. That will dictate whether there will be stops in between as well.
Thank you. Paragraph 27.
The main trafficking hubs in South Africa are the Durban Harbour, OR Tambo International Airport, and the Lebombo Port of Entry. Bulk imports are mainly through the Durban Harbour. The smuggling via OR Tambo International Airport is primarily by way of people referred to as drug mules who would smuggle the drugs in their luggage or on their person, such as in body cavities. Bulk trafficking through shipping containers is usually undertaken by sophisticated syndicates. Commissioners, I can also just mention here that except for this harbour, the Western Cape Town harbour, Saldanha harbour, as well as smaller harbours towards Port Elizabeth and so forth, are all being used to a lesser extent, although for these smuggling and trafficking activities.
Thank you, General. Then can we move on to the next subtopic, which is the synthetic illicit drugs?
Thank you, Commissioners. Synthetic drugs are manufactured through chemical processes rather than derived from natural plant sources. In many instances, since they are not classified as controlled substances in South Africa, the chemicals used to manufacture the drug are sourced through lawful supply chains, but are then diverted or misused for unlawful purposes. Controlled substances are also imported illegally or smuggled into South Africa. The most prevalent synthetic drugs in the country are methamphetamine, known as crystal meth or TIC, methaqualone, known as Mandrax. Synthetic drugs are manufactured at what is referred to as clandestine drug laboratories or CDLs. There are super labs and kitchen labs. Kitchen labs are found in businesses and residential areas, and the equipment used to manufacture the drugs are the readily available equipment such as stoves and other kitchen equipment or appliances.